Hi, I'm Morgan Hines in the PhocusWire studio with Jake from Fora and Maarten from Unravel. Welcome. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
So we're going to talk about travel selling and the kind of new spins that your businesses have taken on that. To kick things off, can you each give me one sentence explaining your business model and how it's different from traditional travel selling?
Sure, I'll go. We're actually doing something new with an old industry, travel advisors. So we believe that selling with humans is the best way to sell travel, but it's humans powered by technology. So we built a modern travel agency. What does that mean? It's a travel agency that's powered by technology to enable more people to enter the world of being a travel advisor, making it easy for them to onboard and building really successful businesses in whatever form they want to do that. So it could be they want to be a travel advisor along with something else in their life or a full-time travel advisor. We sort of don't care. We want to support everyone in having this as a profession that they can do.
Okay.
Cool. Unravel is a very exciting company. We provide a video experience, travel experience embedded into large enterprise apps like airlines, banks, and etc. And with the high quality immersive videos, we are able to inspire customers to plan their next destination or to book their next hotel.
Okay. Very cool. And so what does success look like to each of you in this different kind of iteration on selling travel?
We sort of have big visions for what we want to do with, growing the advisor community. So we want to enable anyone who wants to have, has the entrepreneurial drive to build a travel business, to build it on our platform and create the best sort of host agency or place where people can build their travel businesses. On the flip side, we're sort of a three-sided marketplace. We work with a lot of travel partners, our suppliers. We want to create the best, distribution channel for them. So it's a single channel that has some of the features or combines the best features of the OTA channel, which is more like scale and cost of distribution, with the best features of the travel advisor channel, where you have advisors bringing fantastic clients rightly matched to the right travel suppliers.
Okay, cool.
I think for Unravel, success is twofold. I think we serve two kind of customers. We serve large enterprise companies, and the majority of them have apps and access to a large customer base.
Yeah.
But most of these apps are transactional, boring. And I think with the Unravel experience, we make it fun, exciting, and immersive.
Okay.
And therefore, we transform these apps into more lifestyle apps. And the second customer is the booker itself, the customer that books their travel. And I think with our experience, we are able to delight customers, to support customers in where to go and really inspire them to travel. And with our AI companion, we are able to support them during their journey with any questions that they have about the destination or the hotel or whatever need they have.
Yeah, so let's jump a little further into that, and I want to hear from both of you on this, but where is AI most useful for both of you right now?
I think also here AI is useful on the tech front. So I think with AI, more and more companies are able to build a travel platform and scale way faster than 10 years ago. I think around 50% of our development is currently done with AI. Secondly, AI can really support in content generation. So the majority of our content is created by AI, giving it a scannable and consumable content layer. And lastly, I think AI can really support the customer by knowing who they are and understanding their needs and fulfilling those needs.
Okay.
But most important is that the AI adds value and is relevant to the customer.
Okay.
That's some similar themes with us. We sort of look at AI in a number of different ways. One is just improving our own company operations. So whether that's, engineering operations, so we have engineering with AI, and that's really changed a lot, even in the last few months, really, as the tools have gotten really remarkably better. Or even just internal operations using AI to solve problems for the internal operating teams, like how to match advisors with conferences, or how to do seating plans, or how to just do internal things. We also embed AI into our core product. So we have AI, for example, we collect and reconcile a lot of commissions. So that was one of our first use cases, is using AI to do commission reconciliation, which is a big industry pain point. cleaning up information from the GDS, so a lot of content manipulation, other kinds of things. Thinking about, though, just AI in the advisor landscape, we get asked, okay, why, won't humans just disappear and everyone will book travel with AI?
Yeah.
We sort of are very...
Especially with all these agentic developments.
Yes. So I think there's a place for that. If I were a big OTA, I'd be very concerned and thinking about how AI is going to impact all my self-service bookings. We sort of think if you take a step back and like we obviously work in travel, we talk about travel a lot, but just like think about any dinner party you go to or any sort of conversation among new friends, everyone's talking about travel.
Right.
And so we think if you take a real AI maximalist approach and you think everything in your life will be automated by AI, what's left? We still think people will talk about travel a lot in social context. And so people want to talk about travel with people. Also, you have travelers booking travel with humans, then at hotels or cruise ships or et cetera, or activities being supplied by the hospitality is being supplied by humans, on both front office and back office ways, like housekeeping is still humans. So we think that this sort of human thread will continue to exist, which is why we're very pro, like AI will be used we're pro-human because AI will be used to assist the human in making things better. So you can now in our portal, or very soon coming early next year in our portal, have AI basically craft you a good starter itinerary for your client based on their preferences, which we get to know via AI. But it's still the client wants to like debate what they're doing with humans. Like, hey, have you been to this hotel? Do you know anyone that knows this? And just sort of like talk about it. Like I'll give you one more final example. There are many fitness apps that you can use to sort of, automatically learn how to do exercises or guide your exercise routine. But people still benefit from having a personal coach come because it's like that element of, okay, the person is showing up. I don't want to have shame that I haven't done my exercises.
Right.
I need someone to actually force me to be in the gym at 6 a.m., to do the workout.
Telling you your form or yelling at you from the bike.
Yelling at you. Like, lift harder, but the app is not doing that. And so I think it's also with the human connection, it's like, oh, I don't know if I want to travel. I mean, I do this with my parents. I'm like, go away. You need to book this trip. Like, let's make this happen. And so they had an idea where they wanted to go and I helped them flesh it out. And I think that's a great example of a human in the loop with AI making this better.
Okay. And what do you think? Is the human thread going to continue to be necessary for travel selling?
I think we will reach a point where potentially 90% can be automated. But as you mentioned, travel is still about emotional connection and it's still about trust and reassurance, and therefore I think there could always be a human element to ensure the customer this is the best trip for you to book now. Of course, it depends on your business model, right? So Fora is all about helping the customer in personalized itineraries and making sure that they get the trip of their lifetime. I think Unravel is way more self-service and therefore less human handling involved.
In nature.
Only in travel there are always challenges and problems, and then as a human steps in and makes sure that everything is sorted and the customer can stay at the hotel, I think that will always remain a human process.
Okay. And let's shift gears from AI. Let's talk a little bit about social media. How has that changed travel selling? I know Fora's heavily involved in social. I see your ads looking for advisors all the time. Maybe it's generated for my feed because I love travel.
It's targeted you.
Yeah. But I'm so curious. So you're using it for recruiting, obviously, and then also for selling for both of you. Where does social media factor in?
Well, for Unravel, at Unravel, we say Unravel is TikTok meets Expedia or TikTok meets Booking.com. So with a high quality video, we create that social media experience.
Right.
Currently, millennials and Gen Z are already consuming 3 hours of video content per day. And 86% of customers were inspired by TikTok for their next vacation. So what we are trying to do is building or connecting that inspirational journey with a transactional journey. And we are already partnering up with new clients to also help them with their social media campaigns. Because currently, I think the booking journey is broken. People get inspired on TikTok or Instagram, but cannot book.
Right.
They still need to go to other platforms like Booking.com or Expedia, or ask Fora for advice.
Yeah.
But often they see their next destination on social media right now.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we definitely use social media. I mean, so the thing you were mentioning around, using ads, paid media to drive advisor acquisition, that's a very one specific thing we do.
Right. Obviously, it's not the whole thing.
I think I know.
Yeah.
I'm just, that's how we started to test our business. We made an ad on Instagram that says, "Are you the go-to person for travel tips?" Someone coined this term, and then we said, okay, that's how we proved out the hypothesis worked. And we have many of our early advisors and current advisors that have found us through an Instagram ad. Organic social, though, and organic media in general, does drive a lot of travel.
Yeah.
And so I follow hundreds of our advisors on Instagram, and it's like, severe FOMO inducing moments of looking online, and I'm like, oh my God, this new hotel, and oh wow, I didn't think about this destination. And we just did a familiarization trip with a bunch of advisors in New Zealand, and I was seeing it from multiple angles as I followed these different advisors online, and I really want to go to New Zealand now. So
it's good. Your product's working
it works,
on you.
It works.
Yeah.
It does work. That's the good news. So I think what we're trying to do with actually going back to the AI thing is we're trying to make it easier for advisors to generate that content really fast. So like if you want to put together a reel with maybe 5 new hotels you're interested in promoting to your clients, you have to go get the images and put them together, and you can do this on the Instagram app. You can upload them and put music, and it takes a while though. What if you could just make that easier? What if I could give you 5-10-second clips of the 5 hotels you want really quickly, and then you could combine that? Or then the next step would be, okay, maybe you can pick those hotels, and we can just give you that 50-second clip. We can add your branding to it, and maybe you link your Instagram, and we can just post this for you. So we're trying to help advisors sell faster. Maybe they even do that video content on a one-to-one basis. So I know that you might be interested in these 5 hotels. I know that my other client might be interested in something else. I can make personalized reels. I'm not going to post that on my Instagram, but I could send that to them in a DM or in an email and actually automate the marketing cycle in a much more interesting and engaging way.
Yeah, like targeted social. That's interesting.
Or we instead of I would just switch the word to personalized.
Yeah.
So personal, like a targeted sounds like a little, but it is the same thing. Personalized messaging for offers that are interesting, and that comes back to having data to know what your clients are interested in, understanding where they've been, where they might be wanting to go. What if I promote you hotels and get you really excited, but that's a $1,500 a night hotel, and your budget is more of a $500 a night hotel. That's not really nice, So being able to right scale the options for each client individually.
That makes sense. Where does personalization fit in for you?
I think we use AI as well for personalization. So we try to optimize our hotel listings and our video listings based on where the customer is from and what kind of needs they have. But we're still, I would say, scratching the surface. We're still a young company. We're still a scale up.
Yeah.
But when did you guys start?
We started officially 5 years ago. We had our Series A this year, first quarter. And personalization is definitely a thing, because I think it's important in travel that you try to meet the need of the customer as much as possible. But it's also a thing where you can go wrong quickly as well. So it needs to be done right. It needs to be done properly, and not in a hasty fashion. And personalization is done, and then potentially missing out the mark and not doing it right.
That makes sense. Shifting gears a little bit, Jake, I know Fora also saw funding this year and acquired Legends. Do you see more funding coming down the road? I'm sorry, more acquisitions coming down the road? Probably
more funding too at some point. There's always a need for more money to scale. It depends. Legends was a really interesting acquisition for us, which combined both the technology and the people specifically. So I knew Stephanie and Shayna for over 2 years, and we had actually just been talking about trying to work together. And these conversations, it's hard when you're really constrained on a resource basis, trying to prioritize something that's in like 5th position against other needs that we have to do all the time. And so it just took forever to get this. We wanted to embed their technology in our portal, and I said, it would just be easier if we were on the same team kind of thing. And so this just naturally evolved in that direction. I haven't seen so many other things that we're interested in that vein, but maybe some things in different geographies or other kinds of stuff. So we're looking at that.
Interesting. And as we wind down, what's on the map for 2026 for each of you?
2026, I think we will continue to scale. We already have a healthy pipeline of new clients that want to work with Unravel. We are continuing to extend our offer. So currently we're mostly offering hotel products, but we want to extend into flights, experiences, attractions, and potentially transportation, so that we are able to provide a full service travel platform to the customers of those large enterprises.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
I think 2026 will be our biggest and most important year yet. We're sort of 4 years old and we feel like we just finished maybe like our first, whatever you want to call it, like inning or era as we turn to the next phase of growth for us. One big thing is really completing out the basic functionality across all the different areas that our advisor portal offers to our advisors. So that's all the workflow tooling integrated with our booking platform, continuing to push on our fintech offering and commissions disbursement tooling, really to get to this sort of client advisor co-creation ability in our proposal and itinerary tool. We only launched that in January. But that was a big step forward for us because it was the first time we had tooling that was directly touching the clients. So there's a huge roadmap there to enable our advisors to sell more. We're also not really in my department in product and technology, but we're continuing to scale our sort of all these different vertical integrations to make it easier for advisors to sell travel and book travel. So that includes our recently launched Japanese tour operator, a cruise desk, groups desk. There'll be more tour operators, something in safaris and other things coming soon, all in the vein of making it easier to sell. And then we're now 190 people at HQ. So I don't remember what we started the year with, but that's a lot of growth for us. So we'll probably grow by another 100 people or so in our office. And so just thinking about the team and how we collaborate together to continue moving quickly. As a founder, that's a big area of my focus.
Great. Well, this has been really wonderful conversation. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us. Thank you. Nice to meet you.
Thank you.